And even though this is an activity that does not require more than shorts, shirts, shoes, running has become a big business. We talked to Lily Meyer about what's become a multi-billion-dollar industry. She's a retail reporter for Bloomberg. Lily, you write about how running has become a status symbol. When and how did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think, running has always been popular, but coming out of the pandemic, as run clubs regathered and began, more people joined and got into running.
Poonam Goyal, who works at Bloomberg Intelligence, told you that running has become kind of cultic. Describe that. I mean, I live in Brooklyn near the park. There are running clubs, I see groups, but it's more than that. It's become like a real way of life for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, the running club culture has exploded. There are now running clubs around everything, around different interests, and then there are dating apps where you can meet people through fitness, and so I think it's really become more of an identifier than it was in the past.
So it's become this kind of cult. How does that play out in terms of the way that people dress for it, what clothes they're buying for it, kind of what ancillary gear they're getting as a result of being runners, I guess, in a bigger sense?
Yeah, I mean, I think because it's become more social, people want to look good while they do it. If they're going to a run club that has a bar or meet up after, and then maybe they see someone they're interested in, they want to look good, or if they're doing it with their friends or want to make new friends. So I think it's become less of an activity you can do in your pajamas or in your old college t-shirt.
You talk to people who have become runners in recent years. Did they do it because of all of this kind of social complement, or is it something they kind of stumbled into as they got into running?
It was a mix. Some of them started doing it right out of the pandemic or started in the pandemic where that was something you could do to get outside and still social distance. So I think, most of the people I spoke to have picked it up in the last 3 to 4 years, some even less.
Let's talk a bit about what people are buying. A lot of clothing and a lot of expensive clothing. Like, what does that look like? Take us through the rack of what people are getting.
Yeah, so some of the people I spoke to who buy the more high-end running gear, one thing they'll buy is this brand Satisfy has these moth tags. Satisfy, yes. Which is a higher-end running brand. They have shirts that are $140. They have shorts that are $350, running vests that are $410. There's a brand District Vision that makes running sunglasses. Bandit, which makes all kinds of running gear.
Let me stick with Satisfy for a second. So there are these kind of moth hole shirts.
Yes.
Looks like a moth has chewed cotton.
Yes.
That is the goal, but it's not done in any kind of random way. There's like a method to the madness of it all.
So the holes are laser cut.
Laser cut.
They're laser cut, and the brand every few years will use athletes, have them run and analyze their sweat patterns and make these laser cut holes based on where runners sweat.
As people are buying this, are they doing it with performance in mind? Are they thinking, yeah, it's cool that they've done this like analysis and laser cut, or is it because it looks cool? What did they tell you?
I think it's because it looks cool. I mean, I think they perform well, and they're also cotton, which is interesting. So they're not in a dry fit fabric, but I think it is because it looks cool. And someone told me, I can wear it while I run and then show up at brunch, and I still look good.
Something I found fascinating is you talk to a number of these runners who spent like $3,500 or $5,000 on clothes, and that's like exclusive of shoes. What was their reaction to kind of like doing that math and figuring that out? Were they at all surprised at like how much of an investment they'd made in this?
Yeah, it was funny talking to people, they'd be like, okay, let me think. Oh, it's $5,000.
Like a sizable amount of money, yeah.
So, I mean, I think for some people it is expected, but I think for a lot of people, they're like, oh, it adds up. And I mean, I would never want to be asked how much money I spend on clothing. So, but I think it does add up in a way that maybe it wouldn't have in the past shopping at some of the less expensive brands.
You cover retailers here at Bloomberg, and I'd love to know sort of what this has meant for the retail economy surrounding running. Like what are stores seeing in terms of traffic and sort of how much people are willing to spend on shorts and shirts and socks and the like?
I think it depends on the brand. So running at Nike is still doing really well. And Nike, most of Nike's products are not priced at the higher end.
They have price point, yeah.
Yeah, they have a few products that are more technical and go for more, but running is still doing well at brands that offer more affordable running gear, but brands like Satisfy are seeing people spend more and are growing as well.
You mentioned Bandit a moment ago. People are paying money to kind of get early offers from Bandit. What does that say to you just about that brand's attitude toward consumerism? Sort of who's getting locked into deals like that?
It's interesting. I mean, I think it feels like that drop culture that we see in sneakers is expanding to other categories. So people, want the coolest thing. They want to get it before other people. They want to make sure they can get it. So I think, that pull that you can get clothes sooner and also get access to deals and get free socks is really enticing for shoppers.
Let me end with like a more existential question. That is, I think of running as like a sport that's super egalitarian. Anybody can get into. You just need like shoes and socks, shirt and shorts. This is changing all of that, I guess. There's kind of like a barrier that's being put in place here because of the kind of new coolness of running that wasn't there before.
Yeah, I mean, I think many people are probably still running in old shirts and shorts and not spending a ton of money. Yeah. I'm one of them. But even myself, I've, started to see these things and think like, okay, this is like cooler than what I'm running in. Like maybe I should get into it. So I think, we might start to see people spending more, and people have been